Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anil, and in this Laravel video tutorial we will see how we can apply the validation on a HTML form. We will use the form that we made in the previous video. Here you can see that we have the two fields in a login button, and we have a login URL also. So if you did not watch this video and you don't know how to make a simple login form, then you can watch our this video. Link is given in the description box. So what we will do in this video, we will apply the validation functions, we will show the error messages. We will show the error messages with the two way. In the one way we will show the all error messages on a top of this form, and in the second way we will show the error message with the every field. And then I will ask you interview question, and please forgive me because in the last video I forgot to ask the interview question. So in this video I will ask the two interview questions, right? So now let's start. So in the previous video we make the HTML form here, our controller is here, and these are the two routes for our view as well as the controllers, right? So for the view we just created the login router, and for the controllers we got the users router with the post method, because from the HTML form we just send the post method request. So now how we can just validate these fields. So let's check it out how it's actually working. So you can see that Anil Sidhu, this is the name and password, let's say 123 and something, right? And when we just submit it, this is our token, and this is our username and password. So what if we just forget to fill one field here? So let's try to submit it without password. Now you can see that our password is null, but this should not be just go here, because we cannot make the password blank. So there should be some validations, and that should be just error message on a top or with the error field and all, right? So how we can do it? So let's start with it. First of all, just go to the controller and make a validation function here. So just use here $req and just write a function name validate, and this validate function will take an array as an parameters, and here we can use the field and our validation as an array key and key pair method, right? So just use here username, this is our field, here you can see that, right? And the second one is username password. So this field should be required, it cannot be blank anytime, right? So just simply make it in the make it is an string. So now let's see what's actually going on here. So now I'm just going to refresh it, and if I just put here the both field again, like Anil and password is like 123, this is working fine. And what if I just forget to put here name and just put here password? Then we are not able to submit this form, and you can see that it will just take back to this form after refreshing, right? Because this is not actually matching the validation criteria, right? So how we can just check that what is the error? So for that we will just arrange it in a proper manner also, but first of all let's check out the error, right? So just simply use your $errors like this, and now let's try to submit it. We got some errors, yep, because we just misspell it or something, errors, right? Now that's fine. Now you can see that we got an error that user field is required, because we just apply the validation on a single field. So let's say we just apply the required field for the user password also, right? Yeah, that's fine. So now I'm just going to submit it, and now you can see that we got the two errors here. So this is not the actual proper way that how we can show the errors. So let's make a list for it. So let's go for the bleed and just simply write here if we got any error. So just use here $errors. Yep, but before the if we need to use here at the rate, like this, and just and if also, and if like this, right? And it have any function. So let's check it, that if we have any validations, then we can just use here for each, and just use here $errors all, right, as an $err, and just simply use here li double curly braces and just put here err. And now what we are getting here, okay, so we got the again error. Why I am actually missing the spelling for error. Okay, so now you can see that we got the two error fields, two error messages. This is perfectly fine. If I just put here like anil, then there should be only one error message. Here you can see that password field, right? This is one. So if we just put here both fine, then that's great, there is a no error, right? So now one thing is more, that's okay, we just put here two error field, but how we can show these error messages with our field, like I just want to show the username just behind the first field and the user password just below to the user password field. How we can show it, right? So for that we can just make a little bit change in the code. So just remove this error from here, and here let's take a span just below to the our field, and just use here @error, and our field name will be the username, right? And just simply use double curly braces and put here $message, and at the last just end it with the @ and error, right? So, and let's make a color also for this. Let's add style color like red and something, right? Now you can see that we got the error message just below to the field, right? So let's just take this one from here, and the same thing apply on a user password also, right? So now let's just refresh it again, and now you can see that we got a password field and the username field also. So let's make some data here like anil, and the password is 12. So that's fine, but here you can see that there is a one more problem, that password is only have the 2 characters. So let's say how we can apply some max value field, numeric value field, and minimum value field and all, right? So there is a lots of other validations option we can use, like for the username our max value is 10, and for the password our min value is, let's say, 5, right? So now just go back here and just apply here like username is like anil and password is like 12. Now you can see that the password field, user password field must be at least 5 character. So that's great. If I just put here 1 2 3 4 5, then this is working fine. So now let's check the max 1 2 3 4 5 and all, max length also. So just put here some text and put here some numeric value, and here you can see that the number may not be greater than 10, right? So that's the way that how we can apply the validations. And if we just use here normal things like anil and 1 2 3 4 5 6 password, which is the correct as per the validation, then this is able to submit. So that's all. So all right, so now everything is finished. If you have any query, you can ask me in the comment box, and in the interview, as I told you that we will go for the 2 interview questions. One interview question is why we use this CSRF token, right? And the second one is when we just got some error message like this, then can I just get the value from the form that we just submitted previously? For example, if I just make here like anil 10 something something this, and password is 12, right? So we got the error message in the both field, but we just lost the data that we just filled in the form. So how we can get this data back? So this is the interview question, and thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe my channel. Bye bye, take care.